seeing this channel. This is CHISOM VIVIAN channel, and all we do here is teach and talk about positive gentle parenting. Okay, here we talk about, we discuss some of the challenges parents face while raising their kids and some of the things parents need to do right, okay, in order to raise their kids properly. And for some time now, we've actually been dealing and talking about the age appropriate for a parent to start, or will I say, when is the best time for a parent to start training his or her child, okay? And today, actually, this is the last episode of it, okay? Today we are going to be talking about the last part of this teaching so far. So I want to, for my first time viewers, or will I say my subscribers, I want to welcome you to this channel, and I promise you that you will not be disappointed, okay? Because this channel, definitely by the time you are with us and you get to realize, or will I say hear some of our teachings, I'll promise you that you will learn one or two things, okay? So sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself. Have fun while listening, okay? So welcome. And so today I want to finish talking about the aspects of you raising your child properly. The one of the last reason is why you need to start, and I told you earlier, if you remember, that you need, as a parent, you need to start from age 1, to start on time to start training your children. That it is very vital and it's very important because you need to catch them young, okay? Don't say you want to wait at a certain age for you to start training your children. No, you need to start on time. The internet, like the social media, like friends and also strangers will be there to do those things you feel you don't need to do. And also to remind you, question, feel very much free to, okay, because when on this teaching, and as I talk, and you'll be able to ask questions, okay, ask those things that you feel you need to know, or maybe ask questions that when I talk about it, other parents will, get to learn about them. It shows that we're making progress, okay? So if you have any question, feel free to ask. So let me remind us that today in this video, in this live, I want to address the last, or will I say the last part of you as a parent, starting on time to train your child, okay? And the last topic there is, when you start on time to raise your children, or let's say when you start on time to impact in their lives positively, it will shape their future relationship. Yes, it will help them not to make mistakes when it comes to choosing their future partners. And also, it will help them to, be better parents. Yes. Not just that. When you show your child love, when your child witness where you and your spouse relate to each other, okay, the way you communicate with your spouse, the way you treat them as your children, the kind of love you shower on them, then when they grow up and have their own family, they will be able to be better. They will follow your footsteps, and also they will do better. Yes, that's number 2 reason. And also the number 3 reason why it's important, that's why it helps your child, why when you start training your children on time helps to shape their future relationship, is because it helps them to have, or will I say, keep a stable family or a stable home. There won't be any reason for divorce. They wouldn't want to separate because, of course, their parents never separated. So why would their own case be different? You get? So children, they learn from you as their parents. They look up to you. Those things you feel that are common, is this thing even making sense in their life? Those are actually the key things that they are going to pick as your child. I want to use this opportunity to welcome Sanad Mojanovic. Welcome to my live video. Thank you for joining my live. I I I will assure you that before the end of this video, you'll be able to learn one or two things from it. This channel is all about positive parenting. We talk about things relating to the challenges parents face, and some of the things parents need to be aware of in order to raise their kids properly. Okay, we've been for a few weeks now, we've been talking about this particular thing because it's a broad thing that if we I say let me talk about it in a day, I won't have that opportunity, to elaborate on some of the things and the issues and all of that. So that is why it's as if for a whole week now we've been talking about the age appropriate for a parent to start raising their children. Okay, so that when the children grow up, they will become, better adults, and it will also help to shape their future for them to be, good citizens. Okay, so welcome to my channel. I want to also welcome Gabriel Lazar Ezeka Gabriel. Welcome, Gabriel. You're welcome to my live video. So I was saying that one of the last reason, will I say, because we've treated about so many reasons. One of the reasons why it's important for you as a parent or maybe a guardian to start training that child that is with you, that you call your own, or maybe that child that has been with you, why it's important for you to start on time to, to guide and also direct that child on time is because it will help to, shape their future relationship. It will help them to have a good, let's say, positive relationship, healthy relationship. You won't get to have a child that will not be able to build a stable home. You won't have a child that won't be able to also be a good parent to, your future grandkids. Yes. And also it helps them also to make the right choices when it comes to picking, or will I say choosing, their life partners. It's important that you start on time to train your children. Children, they learn, they imitate the things they see you do. Those things are the things they will imitate. Those things are the things they pick. And that is why I said, if you could remember that for some of us who has been following me up with this life and with this topic, if you could remember, I said in some of my videos that it's important that you know, or you are careful with the things you do in front of your children. Because if you feel that they are not seeing, or they are still tender to notice some of the, mistakes, some of the negative things, or maybe let's say you are fighting with your spouse, you feel your child is not, understanding what is going on, you are doing the wrong thing. Because their brain, that is when their brain is developing, and whatever they see, whatever they hear you say, those things enters, and that is what they will grow up with. It will become a norm to them. If you happen to be a very caring and loving parent towards your children will grow up and they will know how to, when it comes to, they will be perfect, and they will be careful with their choices of love, and they will also know how to love. Okay, it will shape their life. They will become better adults because you were there to direct and to care and also to guide them. Being a parent is not easy, but it's one thing that, like I always say, is one duty that every one of us, each and every one of us, is going to face in life, and it's an experience that is worth encountering. Some of us will say, uh, like some struggling parents will say, this is not what I bargained for. This is not what I vision my life as a parent to be. But bear it in mind that God has already assigned those children to your care, under your care. And if He knows that you won't be able to take care of them, He won't give you the opportunity to be a parent. And for you, the single and the ladies and single guys out there, I also want to tell you that one day you become a parent. So no knowledge is a waste. If you happen to come across this video or to see this teaching, I will urge you to relax and also listen, even if it's just for 2 minutes, okay? Because by the time you are able to be following up with my live videos, you will get to understand one or two. And when you find yourself in that level of parenting, okay, you won't find it more challenging to your life. Rather, you will see it as a phase that you need to go through, and sometime you tell the story. Parenting can never be delegated. You have to be involved. For you to have perfect children, for you to raise children that will not make this mistake you feel your parents made while raising you, you need to be involved. You need to start from small, catch them young, start from small, and teach them those things you feel, or maybe you felt that your parents neglected, never taught you, those things that your parents never had the opportunity, or maybe they neglected, they never felt the need to teach you those things. Take your time to teach your child now that you've become your own parent. Teach your children those things. Start on time, impact in them. And there are some of the negative things that could occur, will I say, that could actually occur if you fail as a parent to be there in your child's life. Things like, if you fail to be guide and protect and correct your children on time, the internet will do it for you, and it might actually do it in a negative way. Their friends will influence them negatively because you are not there to guide them, to coach them as your children, as your child, or probably as your world. If you are not there to do those things, strangers will do it for you. And remember, these people, these strangers, they will come in form of friends. Okay? Like, they will come in form of, like, they want to be friends. Before you know it, they have bad intentions in them. They will influence your children negatively. And by the time you realize it, it has become a major problem in fact, it's easier. Okay? It's easier for you to, what will I say? It is easier for you to let's say to do it's easier for you to construct, or will I say build something, than to repair that thing. It's easier for you to build it than for you to repair it. It will be much more easier for you as a parent to start on time training your child, rather than waiting for that moment, or rather than you realizing that you've made a mistake, or there is the negligence which have you know the way you've neglected your children, the impact it has created in them negatively. For you to start repairing those things, for you to start correcting those things, is not easy. You're not going to find it funny, because sometimes you might not even actualize that. you know it won't be easy for you to actualize it. It won't be easy for you to bring those children back again, because you were not there when you were supposed to. You were very much occupied with your work, you were very much occupied with your business, you were very much occupied with the things you felt that they are much more, you have prioritized other things rather than prioritizing your family, your children first. So that's why I said it is easier to build, so it's very much easy to build something than to repair it. Start on time. Pay attention to details when it comes to your children. Pay attention when you're raising your children, when you have your children, very close attention to them. Those little things you feel that it doesn't matter. In the long run, you you realize that you're supposed to correct that child on those little things rather than saying, oh, they are still very tender. Does it matter? Children learn, they learn every day. And especially, more especially, they learn from the 80% of children's attitude comes from their parents. Yes, maybe you don't know. It comes from their parents, the guidance, them, their, in fact, also from their surrounding. So you also need to be important with the who your children makes friends with. You need to also be careful with the people you bring into your home. Some people will come and say they want to sleep over. Please, next time I will talk about I will talk about sleeping over. Some parents, they form this habit of sometimes when they want to be just very free because they feel they are tired or they feel that their children has been disturbing a whole lot, and they want to just give themselves a break. They will not decide to take their children, to maybe neighbor's house for a sleepover, or maybe for, and some sleepovers are not necessary. They are not advisable, okay? And now we are in the Gen Z world, we are in the 21st centuries, a period. Why I'm talking about this is because we are now in a modern world, a situation whereby a lot of parents don't care. You might be very careful when it comes to raising your children, or when it comes to the matters of things that concerns your children, but the person you are taking your child to, the home you are taking your child to, for your child to go and have or to sleep over, for fun or for anything, or to have that experience, might not be the kind of parents that pays attention to the details of their children's well-being and their lifestyles. And before you know it, your child might go there and encounter one or two things negatively that will impact their child, that will make traumatize them throughout their whole life. So start on time, start coaching your children, start teaching them, start preparing them for their future adults, for their future adulthood, okay? Teach them. Teach them when it comes to, when it discipline them, because when you start on time, their brain is still there. You can teach them about manners, love, respect, and all of that. Okay, you teach them also how to relate with people. Teach them how to talk when it comes to, teach them how to relate with strangers. Okay, teach them, let them know how to to ascertain the difference between right from wrong. Teach them anything, just bring it in. They are your children. Me, I know that you as a parent, you don't wish them anything bad. You want the best for your kids. So now is the right time for you to teach them those things. Constantly teach them, remind them, okay? Consistency. You might teach your child a particular thing today, and tomorrow you feel maybe the child has grasped it and it has remained like your child is there in your with your child, but you don't know that because you were not consistency when it comes to reminding that child who he or she is, the child will derail. That is why I will also recommend that you go and teach your children when it comes to affirmations. Affirmation these days helps to guide a child properly, okay? It helps to remind that child, because if you should teach your child about their self-worth, I am enough. Let me just say that you use this word when it comes to affirmation. You teach your child that he or she is enough, that he or she don't need to do much, doesn't need to please anybody in order to be loved. You get? And every day before the child steps out of the house to go to school, or to attend, or maybe before that child steps out of the home, you remind that child to say it, that I am enough, and your child touches his or her chest and say it, that I am enough. I don't need to please anybody in order to be loved. Believe me, if your child does that for a whole year, in fact a whole 3 months, your child will have this we have your child will develop this self-confidence that even you were not able to exhibit during your own time of childhood. So it's important to teach your children. Let them know, teach them to know their self-worth. Okay, let them know who they are. I don't know if you maybe I don't know, maybe I'm talking too much or somehow, or maybe I'm just speeding up with my teaching. But all I'm saying is this: pay attention, pay a closer attention to your child well-being. Try to be present. Make out time to engage your children in conversations, right? Starting from age one. That is why you see most parents, thank God for internet, you see most parents, and even as they are breastfeeding their children, when they are done, they will just keep the child, and you see them start talking to the child, and the child will be like, the child will start making some sounds. There, the parents may not know the impact, the positive impact he or she is making in that child's life, because it will help that child to start talking on time. And when you try engaging your children in conversation starting from early age stage of their you know childhood, it will help you to have conversation with them freely. It will be easier for you to communicate with your children when they become an adult, and it will be easier for you people to deliberate or to discuss about, maybe if the child happens to misbehave, the child will know that already we always discuss things in our home. When there is a problem, we sit to discuss it. Okay, the child will not feel like you are trying to overdo. Why are you trying to, why are you interfering in my life, why are you trying to like, your child will already know that what my mom is trying to do is to understand the cause of my actions and the reason for my actions. Okay, engage your children in conversations. Try to let them know, teach them those do's and don'ts, bring in the ethics, the norms, those things you feel you want your child to hold on to till his or her adulthood. Okay, so start on time to build that optimistic child you want your child to become in future. Okay, and how do we do it? Nobody's perfect. We are all humans. Okay, we are all humans. I understand that perfectly well. But it is also good that we work towards perfection. All right, it is important we work towards perfection. We won't just say we want to have optimistic children, whereas we are not doing the things right. And let me tell you, for those of you, those parents, those aunties and uncles, please, dear parents, stop lying in front of your children. And even at that point of lying, you want to find a reason to justify your lying, your act of lying. Please don't lie in front of your children. They might they might just it might just seem as though they have overlooked it, like you played smart. But believe me, one day they will still reciprocate when it comes to that lie. You will ask them something and they will lie about it. And that may be a vital information you want to hear, or maybe you want to acquire from them, maybe about their life, or maybe about or a current situation. They will lie about it because they feel you once lied to them and you get away with it. So why wouldn't they lie? It has become a norm to them. Like, why can't they lie? You are the one that initiated it. So why won't they do so? So please, I am telling you, please and please and please, don't lie in front of your children. And when I know you might seem surprised, like I'm not saying you are lying to them maybe when you're having discussing with them, or no, you and your spouse, you and your husband, you and your wife, please, when you're discussing, or maybe when you ask your spouse something, and maybe when your spouse asks you a question, don't lie. So long as your children are present and you feel and they already know the truth, and you are lying, you know that, so that your spouse will not know. Maybe you are saying is a prank, is this, is that. No, stop that. Your children are there. They will imitate you. They will those things, they will see it as a norm. When it comes to them living their own life, they will lie. The tendency of them lying will be 90%, because they have seen you do so. They will still want to, follow your footsteps. Ami Kanoja, thank you for joining my live video. I hope you had a great day. How are you? How are you faring? How is your family? I hope everybody is okay. And also, like I always say in every of my video, as a parent, when you feel, if you happen to get to that point when you feel like you are exhausted, like this parenting thing is taking out all the strength in you, please seek for help. If your parents happens to be around, call them to come and help you, even if it's for 2 days. Take a break, go and cool off, okay? Go and have a good nap. You can maybe go to maybe a resort, or for me, I'm not saying 1 week before you go and be abusing the break. Take a break. It could be 2 days. Yeah, it's advisable that it's 2 days, because for me, I have, like, when it comes to my children, I don't trust anyone except my husband. Okay, even if my sisters or my mothers are there, somehow I will still feel like they won't treat them like I do. You get? So if you feel you get to that point where, like, you feel like you're exhausted, please call your parents to come and look after your kids just for 2 days. Take a break. You and your spouse, you can just go and have a good nap, a good sleep. If it's 6 to 6, okay, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sleep the way, enjoy your sleep, and cool off your brain. Relax your brain a little, order for a cocktail, or maybe sex in the beach, all those things. Order for it, enjoy yourself. Order for pizza, burger, whatever it is that you've been craving for, that your kids could not allow you to eat, and enjoy yourself and have your peace of mind. Please take a break and go and enjoy yourself alone, okay? And then come back. Come back and continue. Come back and then continue with your parenting duty, because there's no one that can do it perfectly than yourself, okay? Parenting is I don't know what else to say right now, honestly, but it's funny, you get, because I understand all these things. I understand the stress that is involved in it, okay? But I believe me, it's not permanent. This is just a temporary phase you are facing in your life. Very soon they will become adults, and very soon, with time, you grow old, and so also they will start taking care of you. Okay. Michael Odi, thank you for joining my live video. Welcome. This is Ebeblem CHISOM VIVIAN Ebeblem's parenting channel. All we do here is we talk about positive parenting and gentle parenting, teaching parents, letting parents aware of some of the things they should do while parenting, and also discussing some of the vital challenges parents are facing in our modern day life. Okay, so if this is your first time of joining or seeing my video, please do well to subscribe to this channel. Okay, subscribe to my channel. I will appreciate it a whole lot. Okay, it means a lot to me. It's still a growing channel. It's no, I don't have much followers, but I just pray that I will do have much followers, because the more followers I have, the more my information gets to reach out to the people that really needs it. Okay, so please, if you have maybe single friends, please also do well to let them know that channels like this do exist. Okay, so that they will be aware of things regarding parenting, and so that they will be able to coach themselves. So when they get to that level of parenting, it will be very easier for them, because this is something they have been getting the teachings and all of that. So please, thank you for joining my live videos, all of you who are here present, and also turn on your notification button for the next time, should in case I'm going to go live the next time, and also whenever I have a new upload, so that you get notified and you'll be able to watch the videos. Okay, I sincerely apologize for, because I know my video may not be up to, the standard of maybe of your choice. I don't know if you are able to learn one or two from my teachings. Do you have any question? Any question at all? If you have any question, please feel free to ask. I am here, and I'm here to answer it. Or maybe you have noticed something, or maybe a challenges you are facing in your parenting, and you want me to talk about it and enlighten people when it comes to aspects of challenge. I'll be much delighted to answer that, so that is important. Single ladies and guys who are involved in this live video, and who are also in this channel, who have subscribed to my channel, to be aware, to know that such problems they are going to encounter it, and such problems do exist, and also there is a solution to it, so that they don't go and be depressed unnecessarily. Get? So do you have any question for me? Gabriel, any question for me? Sinat, do you have any question for me? Michael, do you have any question for me? Feel free to ask. Okay, because when I teach and I have questions coming up, it means we are making progress. I'm actually making progress. Okay, then this is one person, I don't know it all, I must admit. Get? Humans, and we are here to learn. Okay, so there may be a particular challenge that I'm not aware of, but when you bring it, everybody gets to know about it. We talk and discuss it. I know parenting can be challenging at times, but please, always pray. Ask God to direct you. Ask God to direct you. Commit your family, your children into the hands of God, because it is only God that will see you through in some of the challenges you face. Also, yes, I am proud to say it. Some of the challenges we face as parents, God, in one way or the other, God is always the one that comes through for us. You don't know how, you might not, some challenges, you might not know that it is the hands, or will I say the works of God, that you were able to overcome that challenges in your parenting hood, okay? In your parenting lifestyle, or in your parenting life. So any question for me? Any question for me? Like I always say, teach your children to love. Teach them when it comes to the manners. Discipline them. Teach them about discipline. Let them know that the world we are into, you need to coach your children. Coach them. Teach them. As you're teaching them, you're actually basically shaping the life of an adult. The tendency of them making mistakes because you are always present in their life to guide and protect them and teach them and discipline them. The tendency of them making mistakes will be at, let's say, 30 over 70, 30%. But when you fail, eh, I don't know, see, the consequences of you being absent in your child's life is big, is bigger than you think. Because when you are not present in your child, it will make that child to be emotionally, you know, backwards. It will ruin your child's emotion. Your child will not be emotionally involved in some certain things. Your child will be facing a lot of challenges when it comes to learning fast and also, you know, grasping things, understanding. Your child will be bullied. Your child will come back home and your child will not tell you as his or her parent that he or she were being bullied in school. But when you teach your children and you teach them to speak up, they will know. Once that, in fact, when the child is back from school, or maybe when you go to pick your child up from school, as your child is entering the vehicle, the child is telling you how his or her day went in school. Your child can never be bullied. Your child will know how to speak up for him or herself. Your child will never tolerate unnecessary attitudes or characters, unnecessary things from maybe his or her mates. Okay? So teach your children, teach them, help your child build their self-esteem. It's very important. Help your child to build their self-esteem. And when are you supposed to do these things I'm talking about? We are supposed to start from age 1. Start introducing those things. Help your children to be outspoken, and also your child will be able to speak. They're supposed to know, okay? They're supposed to know, okay? Don't say my child is still tender, my child is still small. If you don't start on time to know to know his wrong from his or her right, strangers will do it for you. The internet will be there, and friends. Some friends, tell your children they don't need to have 1,001 friends to be a better person. Okay, one friend is enough. A friend is enough. Okay, teach them how when it comes to decision making. Let them know how to make decisions. And there was this particular video of mine that someone happens to, I won't forget her name. Her name is Elisha. She asked that is it okay for for a parent to allow a child to, a child that comes up and say, Mom, I want to watch this particular, cartoon or maybe this particular movie. Is it okay for a child to allow his or her child to, see that movie without you as the parent approving it? And I said, when you notice such thing in your child's life, whereby he or she is telling you, I want to see this particular movie, it means your child is growing. Your child now knows how to, make decisions. So it is now left for you as the parent to know if that particular movie your child wants to see will impact in your child's life positively. So long as you know it's going to impact in your child's life positively, give a go-ahead order for your child to see it. You can authorize he or she to, allow them to see that movie. But when your child said, I want to watch a particular movie and you don't know anything about it, tell your child that you just first start by apologizing that you don't want he or she to watch it at this moment, but is it possible for he or she to be patient to see it in this particular time? Give the child another time so that he or she could, see it. Then before that time, it gets to that time, use that period to go and have, a proper review. Go and see what that movie is all about. Check it, cross-check it. See for yourself whether what that your child wants to see, that particular movie, is an educative one? Is something that will impact his or her life? Is there any harmful thing there in that movie? Don't just leave your child to see a movie. No, be sure to know what is your child is seeing, your child is watching with his or her tablet or her laptop or her phones. Monitor it before you approve. Okay, when you approve it, also go back to monitor it. Okay, if you happen to have teenagers that have phones with them, also with times, please monitor what your children see. Be careful of the friends they keep around them. Be careful of the people that comes in. Hello, I'm so person. Maybe I'm your neighbor. Be careful of some neighbors. Some neighbors are not trustworthy too. Yes, please. All I'm saying is be the best parents that you can be. Okay? Teach your children, guide them. Okay? Remember the law, the Bible says, train up a child the way he or she ought to go, that when he or she grows up, he will never forget, depart or derail from those teachings of yours. Okay? Sometimes it may seem as though that your efforts are not yielding results, but with time you'll see for yourself that those times you've dedicated in training your children are not a waste. Okay, and in the long run, when they become better adults, and you know in the future, you'll be the one to enjoy it the most. You will look back and say, I am proud of myself. I am proud to be a mother. I am proud that I'm the one that raised this child, that is making it proud, making the family, his or her family proud, that is making, you know, the community proud, the society proud, as society at large. Okay, you'll be proud of your child. Another parent will be like, I wish this is my child. They didn't know that you put in your sweat, your effort, your dedicated your time. They won't know those things. But them, they never prioritize their children. They never prioritize what is their family. They think everything is all about feeding and paying, feeding a child and paying the child's tuition fee. They don't know that you also need to be present and understand the challenges your child is facing at the moment and what your child is going through, and also help your child to answer some of the questions. Some children can be very curious, that they want to ask questions, they want to know some certain things, reasons why some things are being done, reason why the earth is round. Some child will come and ask you, why the onions has many layers. You peel, you see another one, you peel, you see another one. When you have an inquisitive child, these hyperactive ones, they will ask you the question that when you begin to analyze that question, you'll be like, is this my child? What is going on? Why is this child asking me this kind of question? But you will know that as you are patient enough to answer those questions, help them understand the every phase of their life, in the long run you will be that proud parent. Okay, I think I've come to the end of my life video. I need to stop here, and I'm sure you must have learned one or two this very minutes in this life. Please, I look forward to see you in my next live video, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Please, it's mean a whole lot to me. Help me let this channel grow. Help me let this sensitization I'm creating get to the doorstep, get so that other parents will be aware of it. Okay, so that it's one of the reasons is that some parents, they do know some of almost even 90%, or let's say 100% of all these things I'm saying. But why I'm saying it is also to help them continue to push. Okay, so that they will not, forget. Just to help us to be consistent with our inner when it comes to raising our children. Okay. Thank you so much. See you on my next video. I appreciate you being joining my life. Okay. Thank you so much.